different nationalities and fun things from attorneys and yes.
Excellent.
Yeah, cool stuff. So, but Jay, let me ask you this: why are you doing this?
Well, that's an easy question. So during this time, especially, communication with people has been challenging, and relationships and building rapport with people is more important than it ever has been. And it's something I've always focused on in my life, but I never had language behind it to be able to continue to master it, to be able to be more optimal, to grow, and to be able to coach and train people in how to do the same thing. I always thought it was something I had in me, and although it is, I now have language to it, and that is why I'm doing this. And this forum is a forum for us to get together and speak. Some vulnerability happens. We get to learn, grow, and I mean, already you've heard it. Like, everybody's bonding, laughing, having a good time. It's just a great way to meet people and to really grow your ecosystem.
Yeah. And Jay, I want to acknowledge you. So thank you for that. And acknowledge you for the acceleration and success you're having. You went through some incredible transitions in your life and over the last decade, and you've done a remarkable job in accelerating and building a successful real estate firm that's rooted in family, it's rooted in integrity and acceleration. And by the way, that's not hyperbolic. I've known Jay for a long time, and his prior business and world, I was a customer and client, and we have close family connections as well. And I've been so impressed by who you are, Jay, from before, but what you've done inside of Unblinded with the formula and your business has been extraordinary. So thanks for doing this.
Thank you. And like I said, it's been a great ride, and I'm excited for the future. And in November, it'll be 1 year for me, my birthday, my Unblinded birthday.
No, that's awesome, dude. Yeah. So who else is here? Well, I'll jump in after everybody and give a couple seconds of stuff, but please, who's next?
All right, Sips, you got somebody next, or who hasn't been introduced from you?
Gabe, you still there?
I'm here. I was just teaching second grade. I apologize. Yeah, so I'm Gabe. Sip and I have known each other for quite a while. I'm an attorney, although did litigation for a little bit, like the other folks on this call. Did real estate a little bit too, but most of what I do is in the data privacy and data security compliance world. So a lot of it, hospitality, of course, I'm in Orlando, but lately some in the consulting world, some in the life science world. And a lot of kind of international data privacy type of work. A fun fact is that I beat Jason in one triathlon, and that's it. So that's kind of me in a nutshell.
Obviously not Jay Levine.
And by the way, Jason, how are you, brother? We didn't say hello, and like Iron Man, I just call Jason Iron Man. So Iron Man, how are you?
I'm doing good, Sean. Thank you. I'm super grateful for all the guys that came today. I know them all in different capacities. And like Gabe said, he has actually, he doesn't know this, but he actually not only introduced me to triathlon and got me to do my first mini triathlon, but he also pretty much gave me the idea that I should get to know my now wife when I was in, so
I did.
Very, very grateful for everyone here.
Yeah.
There you go.
And Jason, what's here for you? Like, what are you up to in the world, and why are you doing this?
I'm doing this because of Unblinded leading with, when I heard integrity-based human influence, it put language to what I've been doing for the last 13 years in recruitment, and now stepping into the world of being a peak performance coach and helping others unlock their superpowers. This gave me language, and being based in integrity, love, and connection to grow more money, time, and magic is just, it's the perfect formula. And so I'm loving learning it, loving teaching it. It's wonderful.
Awesome, brother. Yeah, so back to you guys.
All right, and then I believe we have, last but not least, there's two on one screen here. Richard and Chris Mazaway. We have good-looking Rich and young Chris. Oh, did I switch that around? I'm sorry. I'm not 100%.
And, we distinguish each other by age. I don't know, so we look alike.
Welcome, guys. Welcome. So tell us a little bit about yourselves individually, together, and then some fun facts.
Sure. Go ahead, Pops.
Well, I've been in business for 42 years, practicing law here in northern New Jersey. The reach of our firm over those 42 years have really been nationwide in a lot of areas. But basically what we do is fight the forces of evil. And the way we do that is to represent the underclass, the downtrodden, without regard to money, retainers, and different various things, keeping the wheels turning. We're seeing people at their very worst. We're seeing them at their personal worst, at their social worst, at their business, worst, and so forth. And what we try to do is restore self-image, self-confidence, and then build on that by incorporating the legal concepts that belie their cases to make them believe in themselves again. Because only when you embrace the greatest love of all, which is the grace of oneself, can you love anyone else and communicate effectively and help anyone. Our legal system now more than ever is in a state of decay, not just from COVID, but because we have been taken over by administrative bureaucrats that are more concerned about numbers than justice. And at the Mazaway Law Firm, we have law as justice. And we understand that order comes from justice. And that's what we do. We do civil rights litigation. We do personal injury litigation. We do criminal defense. We help people in debtor-creditor relations overcome their financial obstacles. We keep hope alive by fighting lenders and insurance companies and what we call the legal loan sharks in our society, and help with home preservation, keeping people at home, keeping marriages together, keeping kids able to be afforded by their parents to go to college, whether it be in public or private education. And we're all about choice, and we're all about integrity and spreading the good word. And then with that, I'll turn it over to the junior senator, who does a tremendous job. And it's been the joy of my life to be next to him, with him, and alongside of him in this crusade, the Mazaway crusade of law and justice.
Likewise, 42 years of experience, 5 years of experience. But like I could say, I've had a lifetime around him. From a young age, I always knew what I wanted to do, and it was helping people in any type of capacity, and furthering yourself with education and allowing that process to be translated into helping people that come to you in desperate times, desperate needs, and being able to solve problems. And I've known Jay for quite a amount of time, and I met him through my brother Rich, who they met originally at Prestige Lexus, actually. And ever since that point on, Jay is the best hustler I've ever met in my life. The guy could sell and do anything. It's like in The Wolf of Wall Street when he says, "Sell me this pen." Jay will sell the pen.
With integrity.
in my mind all the way.
And the integrity, Chris. It's integrity.
That's it. It's all about integrity. And I've been working with Jay over the last couple months on doing real estate transactions as part of the side of our practice areas here at the firm. And there's no better team consummated right now than him and I working together with the people that we have already assembled. And, it's been the absolute pleasure of mine, because not only from a professional standpoint is it a pleasure to work with him, but it's also amazing to always be in each other's lives every day, because, what I have, my family here and his family, it's like one family.
There you go.
That's all. Hey, listen, guys, this is the 125th-ish, could be 123, could be 127, but it's right in that zip code of real raws that we've done since COVID hit. And we really didn't start doing these in earnest till May. So this has been an extraordinary amount of them. And from my heart to yours, nobody has yet delivered their heroic, unique identity better than you guys just did. And we've had, the best-selling authors, TV lawyers, TV accountants, people from everywhere. No better has been done than the job you guys just did. That was a fantastic job, and thank you.
Thank you.
We appreciate that.
We appreciate it,
We're
Sean.
glad to be aboard.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys. And Jason, Sipple, do we have any more? I think we're good on everybody here. Yes?
Yeah, we are good.
All right.
So Jay, can I just jump in quick? I'll give my 2 cents, right? So what we're here to do, right, is certainly to connect and build, but I'll do the 90-second version if I can. Might be 180, so forgive me. 23 years ago, I came out of law school knowing I was going blind, which cost me my professional baseball career. I graduated from Columbia University, went to Seton Hall Law School, and I went to work with a major New Jersey law firm. And I realized very quickly that wasn't the path in life that I wanted to lead. And I wanted a different level of freedom and choice. But I learned, to Chris's point, that Jay's skills in selling mattered in the world. It mattered how you can connect with people and have people see what you saw and say yes. And that wasn't something I wanted to do at all. And so I had a crisis at the age of 27. And I decided to quit my job, 6 months out of law school, my quote unquote dream job, and to go and build my own law firm, starting on my credit card. I built a 40-person law firm in 2 years out of law school, starting in 1997. And from there, I sold that first firm. I built a training and development company. And I realized that my mission in life was to support people in seeing how integrous, heart-centered influence and what you do with it can change everything about your money, your time. And those things are really relevant to families and people, but even more than magic, you have the impact, the passion, the love, the enthusiasm, the adventure, everything you want to achieve in your life. Most importantly, impact and contribution. And so my name again is Sean Callagy, and I own Callagy Law. We have 125 people that work there, offices in 5 states. And I am the co-founder of Unblinded. And this is my formula. This is my vision, to build this company. And I've had the privilege of speaking on stages from around the country and around the world in the space of personal development, and as well as teaching loads of things to lawyers and others. So my life stands for the proposition that people can set their approach, their money, their time, and their magic, whatever that is for people, as long as they're adding more value than they're receiving, then integrity is in place always, whether they're doing something for free and taking people's time like we are from you today. So our mission is to add value for your time today. And if not, then we failed, and we're not going to fail, right? As well as, final, having a lot of fun together and building things and creating the impact that these fine folks have been talking about to make the world an even greater place. My fun fact is I'm blind, and I taught a blind guy to surf yesterday, the 2 of us alone in the ocean on Long Beach Island. Back to you, Jay.
That's amazing. That's amazing. That's braver than I can say I would be. Maybe the Iron Man. Iron Man, you'd go out there, wouldn't you?
100%.
Yeah.
Definitely. And Sean could probably teach. I surf, but Sean could probably teach me to surf better.
Yeah.
Although I gotta say, if the 2 blind guys went out, I might go with them because I'm like, come on, like I don't understand people.
Well, Jay, if I went too, you would definitely go because
Yeah.
you would not want to be the guy on the beach. I'm positive.
So amazing. So Sean, we have amazing, guests
Yeah.
as you
It's
see.
an amazing
We're
group.
Ready
Amazing.
to rock and roll.
Let's go. So who are the judges, Jeff?
Fernando or Adam, but I don't see them yet. So right now, myself and Jason, as we alternate role playing, then we will be the judge in that. So right now it would be me and Jason alternating, and you can put your more time to put in what you want to say.
And by the way, Mona is ready to step in as a judge as well. Mona is an executive at Salesforce. Out of 20,000 salespeople, Mona was in the top 15 salespeople out of 20,000 at Salesforce. They paid for her to come to this country and sell, as English is her 3rd language. Imagine Jay being good enough at selling that they would pay to have you come to a country and sell software to giant companies in your 3rd language. So I think she's qualified to give a little bit of feedback. Would you agree?
I would absolutely agree. And I hear she sees hearts in everything. So I'm excited because she's so heart-centered.
I do. The only problem, Jay, is that I'm wearing like an Egyptian goddess house dress right now.
Yes.
The only issue, but otherwise we're good to go.
This is what executives wear when Corona hits. So ready? All right. So thank you, Jay. So who's going to go first?
All right. Jason, would you like to go first with one of our awesome contestants?
Sure, let's do this. I think Satish, I will pick him first. We've role played together before. Who would you like me to be in going from yes to no, or from no to yes, and hello to yes in 3 minutes?
Hello to yes in 3 minutes. Who would I like you to be? I would like you to be a personal injury attorney, because that's what I deal with on a daily basis.
Cool. And real quick, the idea here is that if this is a yes you can get to in 3 minutes and want to, fantastic. But the mission is not like to be in Wolf of Wall Street hustler mode, right? It's to heart-centeredly connect. And if all that can be accomplished in 3 minutes is you opening up, listening, putting something at stake, conveying your heroic unique identity, and getting to an agreement for a longer meeting, that's cool. So you can approach it any way that you want to, but don't feel compelled, guys, to rush to, and ladies, to rush to a 3-minute outcome. It could be just like seeding it for a longer meeting. Does that sound fair?
Sounds fair.
Yeah, cool. All right, you'll hear an alarm go off with a minute to go, 30 seconds to go, and done. And it'll be a soft stop, not a hard stop. And are you ready to go? So Jason's ready. And who would you like him to be? He's a personal injury attorney? Yes?
Yeah, I would like him to be a personal injury attorney. I hope I'm doing this right because I'm not exactly sure what I'm supposed to be doing here.
Yeah, we'll help everybody right here with the instruction. All that you're doing is going from hello to yes on anything that matters to you in the world. So you want him to be a personal injury attorney. What would, and just for an exercise and understanding, what would the yes that you're seeking be? You want him to say yes to what?
Either to build a relationship, a long-term relationship where we can send referrals back and forth to, or having, a referral sent over right away.
Yeah, cool. So that's exactly what you should be looking to do. And what we'll be assessing, right? And the judges will be giving feedback, not judging you. And thank you everybody for participating, your courage. We are unlocking influence here as a superpower, right? They're not judging you. They're not judging anything. They're judging the effectiveness of how you go from hello to yes with a person,
Absolutely.
right? That's all. Right. So ready?
Yes, sir.
Please start. Yeah, go.
Hey, Jason, how are you doing today?
I'm doing good, Satish. How are you?
I'm doing very well. What I wanted to find out or speak with you with, I wanted to talk to you a little bit about your practice and where do you guys normally send referrals to for chiropractic services for personal injury whenever you have like an auto accident case or anything like that?
We have a couple different preferred clinics that we work with around town, but not one in particular. We just kind of send them here and there.
Okay. What do you look for in those clinics or the clinics that you'd normally do send to?
Honestly, the ones that we're sending them to are, they have good reviews and they are helping people get healthy, get back to their life. And so just really looking for people that are providing just really good service to make sure that people get back to what they were before the accident.
Before the accident. And that I'm really glad you said that because, we've talked to a number of attorneys around town and we're looking for the right fit for as far as the network that we're putting together for attorneys to work with. There's a lot of attorneys that have developed a reputation, and I'm not sure if you're aware of this. I'm sure you're aware of this, being an attorney yourself, Jason. But they've developed a reputation in the personal injury world where it's kind of like car sales almost, and it's just there's no focus on getting the patient better. It's kind of what we call a pip mill, or they're sending patients or clients to offices, and it's just a burn and churn type of mentality. What we're looking for as far as the clinic is concerned is to work with those attorneys that actually treat their patients like they're people, and that they're the way that their mother would want to be treated. And that's the type of environment that we set here in our clinic. And we don't just focus on personal injury, we also focus on wellness. And what are some other things that may be important to you as far as a clinic that you would work with, but are there any, technical things that you look for? Are you looking for, maybe a doctor that works in the clinic as far as an MD is concerned, not just a chiropractor? Are you guys looking for clinics that have the technology that's able to support, a high volume, but still give really good care to, the patients? What are some of those things that you may be looking for?
You asked a great question. I kind of hear from what you're saying that if I'm looking for those things, it seems like your clinic might have some of those things to offer as far as technology, the MD on staff. Would you like to tell me a little bit more about that? Because I'm definitely curious.
Absolutely. And again, the reason I bring this up is because a number of attorneys, they do look for these things in a clinic, especially an MD on staff. We are very fortunate that one of our managing partners, our CMO, is actually an MD on staff. So we can actually handle basically from your initial intake with the MD, the mid reviews, the final narratives, we can handle that all in one spot. We're not sending that out. And you as an attorney, that looks better on your paperwork. At the end of the day, when you're trying to build a case. Obviously, this meeting, I want to get to know you a little better and make sure that you do have an understanding of what our clinic can provide for your clients. And I think it sounds like at the end of the day that, you just want your clients to have the best care possible, and you with the ability to make a solid case basically for yourself as you're, servicing your client as well. There
Seconds to go.
was,
Yeah.
did I
15
seconds. Yeah.
You're good. 15 more seconds. You're good.
Oh,
You're
15 more seconds. So I just wanted to know if maybe you had some time to grab some lunch. Maybe we can get to know each other a little better. Or if you have any clients that you're looking to service in our area right now, that we'd be able to talk about that a little bit further.
Definitely, Satish. I like what you're saying. I'd like to know more about you and what your organization is doing, and seeing what might come of this.
Yeah. All right. Excellent job, Satish. It's Satish?
Satish, yeah, Satish.
Satish, I'm sorry. So Satish, where are you located?
I'm in Orlando, Florida. We're
Okay.
located in Orlando, Florida. Awesome,
Satish. And how'd you feel about that?
I felt good. I felt good about it as far as the role playing. It kind of brings me back with role playing with Jason. I know he had mentioned something about role playing that we'd be doing on this. So this is kind of like, I have a little bit of an adrenaline rush because I didn't know exactly that this is what we're going to be doing, but I felt good about it.
Awesome. Well, appreciate it. And Jason, if you had one word, one sentence for how that connection felt and that process felt, what would you share? One word first, please.
Congruent.
Congruent. And how about a sentence?
Felt like he cared.
Awesome. All right. So let's drop in with the judges. Jay Levine. I know Adam Gagino is here with us now. This round, let's go with Jay and Mona. Jay, what'd you have for about 30 seconds of feedback? What worked and what could be optimized in a score, please?
Yeah, so I just want to say great work, because going first is never easy. I'm sure there was an adrenaline rush, but you stayed in your heart. It never felt like you were in your head. Your energy felt very congruent. I have that written down as well. You felt something in your tone, felt very authentic. At first I was thinking, man, he's got to ask more questions and discover more challenges. But what I realized is you knew exactly what challenges he's having as this type of attorney. So within your heroic identity, you actually expressed the challenges that a typical attorney would have. And I would normally say, don't guess, ask. But in this case, it felt good. And he confirmed that by saying, yeah, these are problems I'm having. I'd love to hear more. So overall, great job. I would say one thing would be the 2/3 rule, more questions to get him talking a little more, to find out a little bit more deep about not necessarily what's troubling him just in business, but just more about him in general. But I would go with a score of a 7.8.
Awesome, Jay. Mona?
Great. Great job, Satish. Great job. I know it's hard, like Jay said, like it's when you go first, it's always a little bit, you're breaking the ice, right?
Yeah.
So I wrote something similar, that you can definitely ask more questions, and I would keep the questions super short. And at the beginning, especially, you want to build like rapport with the person, right? So you want to ask questions about them, just kind of like make it easy and fun at the beginning, like not for 10 minutes, but just a few questions just to show like your interest. And I really like when someone starts with acknowledging the other person. So find out a few things about them, and hey, I know I saw like you studied at Harvard. That's freaking awesome. Like that's amazing. Like how did you get in that, and what made you success? Something like that. A little bit more like outside of the business area. Around the tone, I wrote the same thing. Great tone. And when you said, I think that there are great things that you made. What are some great things you're looking for? Open-ended question. Great job with that. Got it. And we had this lady that comes on, that Jan Hargraves talks about the body language. So show both hands when you're on Zoom apparently is a great thing to show that you're, that you're engaged and that you're not hiding anything under the table. So you were hiding your hands a lot. So maybe a little bit more having your hands in the screen if you're doing a Zoom call. But great job overall. I give you an 8.5.
All right. Yeah, I appreciate it.
Awesome, brother. After the first 3 people go, I'm gonna give some feedback collectively. Awesome job. Thank you for your courage. And Jay and Jason, back to you.
Jay, you're muted.
Yep, I realized that. I'm muted. So next up, I'll go with Juan C. Moran, only because Juan, I know you've got some closings today, so I want to make sure you get your chance. So Juan, welcome. Oh, you're muted. Oh, he's on. And if you're on the phone, we can. You good? All right, I'll come back to you, Juan. Mark Shower. Next on my screen here. Mark, thanks for coming, man. And who am I going to be?
I I don't want to copy what we did last time, but that would be pretty relevant for me as well, considering I'm in personal injuries. So I guess I'm gonna have to copy that and go with that one.
Hey, Mark, that's awesome. Hey, Mark, that's awesome. And everybody can do the exact same thing. It's totally cool. This is about supporting your acceleration and showing who you are to everybody. So please, that's awesome, man.
So let me just make sure I understand. Are you going to be another law firm like they did, where we're trying to connect in regards to business referrals, or is it something that you're going to be a client that I'm trying to?
Whatever would serve you best, brother. Whatever would serve you best, I will be. I'm a
comedian. Let's do what they did with the business. I like that. I like that.
Yeah, let's go.
3 minutes. Take us in.
All right. How you doing, Jay? I'm just giving you a call today to really just get some information, ask you some questions about the business that you're in. What specifically do you do on a day-to-day basis?
Hey, I'm sorry. No problem. Who is this again?
Mark Shower. I'm calling in regards to maybe a business connection, a business relationship that we could have in regards to personal injury. I got your information from a friend, so I'm just reaching out.
Oh, awesome, man. Awesome. Yeah. Listen, day to day, obviously, I think the biggest part that we struggle with, or I don't want to say struggle, that's a strong word, but the biggest situation we deal with is, duplication of ourselves. We're super busy right now. We have a lot of cases coming in, and sometimes being able to handle them efficiently. And we want to be in integrity. We also don't want to turn anybody down. So sometimes I would just say overwhelmed.
Yeah. So we're actually a growing law firm right now. We're looking to partner with other attorneys who could potentially, help us get maybe like a step up. So we're looking for other law firms that we want to work with to maybe get cases from them, of course, give you a referral fee. So I just wanted to really ask you some questions to see if I like the way you guys, run your business, make sure that we're on the same page with the same goals and everything. What kind of personal injury cases do you take usually?
It seems to have changed more recently, but we did a lot more of like the slip and falls within the commercial spaces. That's slowed down a little bit, but now it's been back to a lot of accidents. In that sense.
And where do you usually get your do you advertise? What's the number one source of business for you guys? Do clients call you up based off advertisements? Is it word of mouth, something else?
I would say it's a combination of all of those things. We do pride ourselves on the relationships we have, with not just other law firms, but people, and our reputation precedes us for that. So a lot of it is referral business. Some of it's advertising, but we've been thinking more and more lately, because of the fact that we're so remote and we can't really go out there, is connecting more like this with other professionals that can, help us advance as well. So this is an interesting time for you to call, for sure.
And lastly, when you do you do any types of cases other than premise liability cases and liability? Do you take motor vehicle accident cases? Do you deal with New York labor law cases or labor law cases in New Jersey, dog bites, other personal injuries, or do you just focus mainly in premise liability?
So we will do it all. What I can say is we've had some New York stuff that we haven't been able to handle, to be honest. So, that I would say is a need area for sure.
Okay. All right. And how long have you been practicing personal injury for?
7 years.
7 years. And do you own your own practice? Do you how many attorneys do you have? What's your day-to-day like when it comes to your firm?
It's family owned. My father is Rich, is the attorney that started the business probably about 30 years ago or so. But we work together.
Okay. And it's just you two?
No, we have a few more attorneys in there as well. So it's about 5 people in total.
10 seconds to go.
All right. Well, thank you. Thanks for letting me know about that. I think we should get together and maybe chat a little bit more about it, and hopefully we can work together in the future. Yeah,
that'd be great, man. Shoot me an email. I'd love to connect.
Sounds good.
Thanks, Mark.
Right. Excellent job, Mark. How'd that feel for you?
Again, like Satish said, I did not expect to do that when I came in, but it felt natural. It's definitely good to role play, especially when that's how, in the personal injury business, that's how you build relationships. That's how you build businesses. That's how you build a firm. So that definitely helped to role play with somebody before actually going out there and doing it.
Cool. And Mark, thank you for that. And so we're working on finalizing videos, written content that you'd receive in advance. If you got like a 3-minute video and maybe a 2 or 3 page thing to review before you came on today, I'm just checking in, would that have been helpful for you?
Yeah, like a little snippet, maybe just like a quick paragraph or two, just to know exactly what was going to happen. But again, I'm pretty easygoing, as a few people in this chat know. I go with the flow with anything, so it wasn't like nerve-wracking to me or anything. I just had to just think on my feet a little bit more, which I don't have a problem with.
Great job. Awesome. Jay, what'd you have for like 1 word, 1 sentence? What the overall, your word?
Comfortable.
Cool. And how about a sentence, please?
The sentence would be, he knew what he was looking for.
Excellent. All right. Jason, what'd you have for 30 seconds of feedback? And Adam will go next. So Jason.
All right. Well, great job, Mark. You did a great, it was really well done. I thought that your energy was consistent throughout. You had a lot of certainty. You asked good open-ended questions. I thought you got to build rapport based around what you're looking for in the business sense. Suggestion would be to build rapport up front a little bit more before jumping into the business sense, just to see what's going on with Jay, where he's at, does he have time to talk, things of that nature, to kind of establish, pre-frame the whole conversation. But overall, I thought it was really strong, and I'd give you an 8.
Excellent. And Adam Gagino, I'll intro Adam real quick. Adam is co-founder of Unblinded. I am blessed to call him a partner. He walked away from millions of dollars in a company that he took from $3.5 million a year to just under $750 million a year. Inc. 500 magazine, 3 consecutive years, his top 100 fastest growing companies in America. And the dude walked into a warehouse with folding chairs and took it to a team of 0 to 500 people, managing between 50 million and 100 million phone calls a year with that entire team. So Adam Gagino, and by the way, I'll give you his fun fact. He plays pickleball with old people, and he thinks that he wins and it means something. I love him, and he built a $750 million company, but that does not equal athleticism. Adam Gagino, how are you?
Yes, I am great. Except the fact that my mom is in the background. She heard the old people comment. She's not happy with me. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. No.
What'd you have for Mark, brother?
How are you? I thought, right off the bat, his energy, easygoing, natural, calm, like really spot on. And what he said, what I would add though is really some connection. There was no personal connection. He started a little bit rushed with like getting into, it almost seemed like somewhat of an interrogation, but the referral would have been a great way to have started, open that up for building some rapport. And I would have also have liked to put something at some point. Overall, I would say a 7.0. And Sean, I want to add that it was not until, seeing you on stage, meeting with you, and understanding the impact of integrity-based human influence, the impact of the formula, where I was able to feel the confidence to walk away from tens of millions of dollars to be here and work alongside with you. And I have to say that I've been paid back in full simply through the proximity and the understanding of what this is all about, after making this decision. So thank you for that.
Adam, thank you. Jay, Jason, let me say this, I come back to you. Brothers, this is what it looks like. This is a fantastic job you did today with a remarkable crew of people. This is awesome. So Jay, back to you.
All right. So next up, Jason Sipple, would you like your next here? Would you like to go ahead?
Sure. I'll keep role playing in spaces that I've never done before. So this is heads up for everyone. I've never been an attorney. I've not been in real estate. I told Jay early today, I don't like going to the doctor. Terrible with my finances. So I've got all this covered for you guys. How about Rajesh? You want to go next?
Hey guys. Hey Jay.
How you doing, brother?
Can you hear me? Can you see me?
Yep. Who would you like Jason to be?
You froze.
Be a coconut vendor on the street, Jason.
One more time. You froze there for a second. I missed it.
Oh, be a vendor on the street selling coconuts.
Okay.
All right, Rajesh, take us in.
I like that.
All right, so do I start first? I'm trying to understand this.
Yeah. So yes, you just say, hey, coconut vendor,
Okay.
and you go from hello to yes.
Hey, I'd like to have a coconut. How do you sell it?
Okay, awesome. What would you like in your coconut salad?
I don't want a salad. I want something sweet. Do you have anything sweet, or is everything fresh? Or tell me about it. When did you pick it?
These are all fresh. Everything we have in our little booth here is fresh. Picked today, just brought here just for you, man. So we have different coconut drinks. Like, what are you looking for? We have all kinds of stuff.
All right. I want something fresh with a little bit of jelly in it. So nothing too with a lot of water, because it's really hot outside. When you're thirsty, you need a nice quenching coconut, right?
Yeah, well, I see you just got done working out. So I mean, I think just straight coconut's probably the way to go for this. To rehydrate yourself to get back to feeling good. Like you said, it's
Okay,
hot.
so let me get one for now, and let me drink it, and then let me get the next one in 5 minutes, because I'm gonna be ready for it. How's that sound?
That sounds good. It sounds like you should
All
probably
right.
do right now. I'll give you a discount.
All right. I like that. I like that, because I have a lot of family and friends that come along here, and they always walking down the street or driving by, so I'll make sure I refer them to you. Is that okay with you?
Please do. I mean, if you need more, if I got more for your family. By
Oh
all-
yeah. So would I get a better discount if I buy more, or?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll give you 5 for the price of 4.
All right. I like that, man. So yeah. So let me get 5 for the price of 4. And can you make deliveries too, or no?
I don't know about making deliveries during these times. I think right here where we're at, out in the open air, feels pretty safe to me.
All right, I like that, because a lot of people, they're always wishy-washy. I like a man who knows what he's after, and I like a man who is willing to go above and beyond. And you're that guy. Thank you for that.
Thank you, Rajesh. I'm glad you're here.
All right, so that's it. That's all I have for you. So let me get my coconuts, and I'll pay you the money. Cash is okay?
Cash is perfect.
All right, let's do that. Let's do it. And I'm gonna make some phone calls and let some of my friends know that you're the man to come and check out when they need a nice ice cold coconut, or they need some for the family or whatever, right?
Sounds perfect. Thank you. I appreciate that.
All right, let's do that.
Well, Rajesh, thank you. What do you do besides buy coconuts?
Oh man, I don't know. I do everything. Right now I'm just doing a lot more real estate now, more development and flipping and commercial stuff. Just build myself from the ground up. So I interact with a lot of people, build a lot of relationships and different networks to get the job done. So I feel like I just do everything.
Can I jump in real quick, Sean? Because he's very much underselling himself.
Yeah.
This is a guy who has greatly inspired me over the past several years. I met him on a bike ride one day. He has done Kona, which is the world championship Ironman, multiple times. And he's hiked to the top of Mount Kilimanjaro and done a film on it. And by the way, he's a triple amputee. And he's also does a motivational speaker. He is the chief amazing officer for Live Free. So when you ask what he does, he's true in saying that he does everything. But this is a guy who is out there hustling, working, inspiring, and just blessed to have him here. So I just want to make sure that I'm giving him a little bit more credit than he's given himself.
No, that's awesome, man. Congratulations. And I can't see any of that. So Rajesh, so what's a big yes that you're seeking in the world? Yeah.
Big yes?
Yeah.
I don't know. I think I'm just on the journey. I'm not trying to get to like a destination. I've been there, done that. And, you feel empty inside when you're always aspiring to do something more, so I'm just on the journey, and I just embrace every day as like it was my last day. And so there is no like yes, or trying to get to the end results, or it's just trying to discover more of myself. So that's, I don't know. I guess, I don't know if that answers your question or not.
Yeah, no, it's awesome.
Yeah.
Just you mentioned that you do some things in the real estate space.
Yeah.
So like when we think about yes, you know, you're, and this is, by the way, this is what it looks like on the Real Raw, right? So, you know, like the presupposition to your interpretation of my question was that I was asking you, like, what are you said, like, I'm not always trying to go somewhere, but like if you're doing real estate, right? Somebody says yes at some point, otherwise nothing happens, correct?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's all. So what we're doing here, right, is we're just unlocking the science of how that works. That's all. You know, like same way if we're gonna run a marathon, same way if we're gonna like, you know, perform eye surgery, you know, like whatever that is, there's a science behind it. And so that's what all we're unpacking. So I appreciate you being here. I am blown away by what you've achieved. And I definitely would like to sell you some coconuts. So thank you very much.
Yeah, thanks.
Cool. Right. So, Jay, it was a little different. So let's.
Yeah, no, I love it. So listen, I think you summed it up that you look to build rapport with people. I mean, you know, the example was you buying a coconut, but it was not just buying a coconut. It was, how am I going to help this gentleman make more? How am I going to spread his word if he truly has a great deal and a great service? So that is the step one of step one. So to be honest with you, no matter what your yes was, this is the way to start, because you weren't doing anything except giving him more. So you could have, after this, asked him for anything, and there's a very, very good chance he would have said yes. So I'm going to give you an 8.5.
Oh, very nice.
Thanks.
Cool. And how about, do you want to just go on to the next person and we'll give some feedback afterwards, Jay?
Sure. That sounds fantastic. So next up, so we have two on one screen with the Mazaway brothers. We'll call you guys brothers if that's okay. With the Mazaway brothers. So pick which Mazaway brother would like to go first, the younger brother or the not as younger brother?
Age before beauty.
All right, Richard. It's okay if I just call you Dad, right? Rich, who am I going to be? And then let's rock and roll.
Okay, so we want you to be a client coming into our law firm. Okay. If you want to stay on the personal injury subject, or pick any.
You tell me. I mean, I'm now an expert on that as well, so you tell me.
Yeah, we're comfortable in the personal injury space.
Perfect. I am now too.
Okay, let's do it.
So go ahead.
Yeah. Okay. Well, first of all, I want to know and understand. I think it's critical about your historical antecedents, where you come from, how you train, how you manage, how you deport yourself, where you come from. All of that's very important, because we start from ground zero. We want to make sure that we as a law firm understand you and understand your needs. Our priority is specifically on making sure, over and above getting fair and reasonable compensation for your injuries, this law firm, the Mazaway Law Firm, will be dedicated to making sure that you practice and follow a position of wellness, that you build your immune system, that you are responsible with us to manage your industrial hygiene and your personal health and well-being, so that we can optimize not only your case result, but more importantly, make you your personal best. We want to take the negative of the accident that you had and turn it around and use it as a positive, life-altering experience to be and build your identity, your self-confidence, and your mind, body, and soul, and your physical wellness from head to toe. And we want you to get better. We do not want you to languish in the valley of lacking in recovery. And recovery means whole body, mental, physical. And so we need to know about you, more about you, where you come from, what happened in this incident and accident, and make sure that we have for you and your injury needs and your spiritual needs, the guidance and direction and the medical and health care stewardship that will restore you to full recovery and beyond.
Well, listen, I've I can tell how much you really want to know about my background, and I would love to share it with you. Anything to feel better and move on with my life. I have a wife of 12 years yesterday, 2 kids, and we were. This happened a few months ago before Corona. We were in an accident, and it's been pretty life changing because I've been unable to walk the same as I was before, and we're very busy with work, and it's tough to sleep, it's tough to sit. It's been a nightmare, and then dealing with the legal side of it is draining, not only on my pocket but my well-being and my mental health. Everything you just said really makes a lot of sense to me. But that's where I come from. I'm a family man, and that's why I like dealing with a family company as well.
Excellent. So what is it that you do occupationally? And why don't we start with that? Tell us exactly what
I'm a race car driver. No, I'm a real estate agent. Sometimes we have to race to where we have to get.
30 seconds to go.
I'm a real estate agent, and this happened on a showing. I was meeting someone at a house.
Okay. And what parts of your body and what type of injuries did you sustain? Head to toe.
I broke my hip.
Okay.
And that's been the main problem.
Okay. So what we want to do is merge the law, the medicine, and the science. Make sure that your medical stewardship is A1, and that you, on this journey of recovery and restoration, will be fully restored mentally and physically to the real estate professional that you were and that you will be again.
Thank you. I'm excited to move forward, and I'm excited to do the next step with you guys. Thank you.
Yeah, super interesting and impressive. Rich, how'd that feel for you?
I'll tell you, Jay, I think was great. I think he let us know exactly where he was coming from and how we could serve him, because that, after all, is the goal. In 42 years of practicing law, one of the things I've learned is that you've got to get inside the client. You've got to find out who they are. And everybody is a star, and everybody has special attributes and traits. And what we want to do is not only make his case better, but we want to make him his personal best.
Yeah, incredibly impressive, unique. I have a ton to say. I'm gonna jump in with some feedback after the judges. But Jason, what'd you have for Rich?
Well, good job, Rich. I felt like you had a lot of certainty, a lot of knowledge. You flowed nicely. You varied the speed, so it's easy to listen to you and kind of not get lost. What you say of building, like your goal is really to serve and to get to know Rich, or Jay in this case. You guys really had some conversation, but it just sounded like you were both kind of doing your own individual conversations a little bit. I think if you would have flipped the conversation to start off, tell me what you do, what's going on, why are we having a conversation? Any of those short, open-ended questions would have got you deeper into what you were really looking for before you delivered all of the things of value that you added. So I thought you did really well. I would just flip it and start off with shorter questions, more about Jay, and I'd give you 8.
All right. Adam Gagino. Thanks, Jason.
Yeah, so I would say, wow. For me, immediately impactful, resonated so much, unique. It sounds like a groundbreaking concept to kind of introduce what you're up to in the world, and just the functional medicine side of helping people. Like this, to me, was just so aligned with what we do at Unblinded and disrupting the world of sales, personal development, and networking. It sounds like you're disrupting the legal field in this space. So that's, to me, why right off the bat, you're probably so successful in what you're up to. The only thing that I would agree with is just sequencing, which is what Jason was saying. I would have liked to have gotten more emotional rapport built through some questions early on, and then conveyed that heroic, unique identity, which is absolutely incredible. I'm so gravitated towards you and your energy. Your energy was amazing. Overall, I would still say, even though I had a sequence, a 9.5.
Yeah, I thought it was awesome. So quick jump in. For me, I'll give some overall context, a couple of points, so we have some value takeaway from today, aside from meeting all of you incredible folks and meeting each other. So this entire model is based on 23 years of study, and probably more than that, of how influence works. For the attorneys out there, just from a credibility point, next, I'm not just spewing stuff. I'm only one of 2 attorneys in the country between 2014 and 2016 that was in the top 100 national jury verdicts twice, at a $27 million and $33 million jury verdict, both in no pay cases going to trial. So 0 offers. The attorneys know what that means. 0 offers, right? That one was 27 million, one was 33 million, both in business breakup cases and in the call for justice, Rich, right? We put people in prison in the first case. One was an attorney that was robbing our client, fraud, breach of fiduciary duty, and it was a breach of fiduciary duty case as well, out in Arizona. So it's through that prism on the one side, and both, by the way, we engaged in extensive mock trial dynamics that had its own Pandora's box of micro distinctions that we even fought with the jury verdict consultants that we're dealing with, because they were even missing certain key micro distinctions. And so the point to all this is, there's, simply put, and this is going to be about 3 minutes of quick content, there's a mechanism by which we progress from hello to yes with people. And it doesn't mean that we don't have insane success, right? And we put this on a scale of thinking of how income works in the US. You know, if you're in the top 1% of income, you make $400,000. And we often hear about like the top 1% as though they're the same person. Well, they're not, right? Not even close. Because if you're in the top 0.1%, you make 1.7 million, top 0.01%, you make 7.8 million, 0.001%, you make 56 million. So those micro distinctions, like it's on a curve that goes like this, like straight upward, when you're already great at something. So let's hold that. And so what Adam and Jason were referring to in sequencing, and this is for everybody, right? The first mechanism, first point, this is why Jay so appropriately complimented Rajesh, is the opening of listening and heart connection, which is emotional rapport building. So if not, we sound like Charlie Brown's teacher, want, 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 even if we're so articulate, so brilliant, so amazing, right? Like listening opens deeper as we go from head to heart, right? So how do we do that? We'll do that in a moment. And second, that we put something at stake, right? So first we build emotional rapport. Second, we create something at stake. Then in the final part of the conversation, which is the final third, 2/3 above the line, 1/3 below the line, is the conveyance of who and what we are, which Rich did so powerfully by not only like stories he shared, but by even using, you know, historical narrative or whatever the language was, right? Like there was dynamics and language he used that create what we call a scotoma. They create a blank spot in listening, like, dude, who's this guy? Wow, right? He did an amazing move. And then fourth agreement formation. So just gonna drop in with Jay real quick and like do a quick illustration. Actually, not Jake's. Jay and I do this a million times. Let me drop in with Jason. We've done this far less. Hey, Jason, let's say again, you're the injured personal injury victim. Let's play that game for a second, right?
Okay.
So we have 3 minutes. So hey, Jason, thanks so much for coming in today. How you doing, man?
I'm doing good, Sean. Thanks for asking.
Yeah. So can I ask you, what brings you? I know you're injured. You know, I read your file, but what prompted you to come into our office today? And by the way, my name is Rich, and thank you. So what prompted you to come in?
Well, I've heard some good things about you guys, and you know, I've been injured. I'm trying to get well. It's not just my hip's been bothering me, and just I'm living with this pain. I just don't want to keep feeling this. I'm just looking for solutions.
Cool, thank you. But like, why us? You know, what brought you here?
Again, I've just heard good things. Someone told me about you guys that had a good experience, and I just wanted to come experience it for myself. I want to learn more.
Well, we really appreciate that. And as you like look out into the horizon, like I know you're in pain, things are happening, but like, what's your life all about? Like your life, not just your injury. Like, what do you stand for? Where are you going? What are your dreams?
Wow, that's a big question. Thank you, though. I really, my life's about service to others, really helping people unlock their potential so they can have what they dream for. I'm doing it for my boys so they can see me dream. So really helping others overcome their blocks, their fears, their just unknowingness of what's going on with them.
Cool. And can I ask this? And I know we only got a minute to go, but why? Like, that's an amazing, amazing mission you're on. What brought you there?
I actually was looking for answers for years, and I had someone offer me a hand and help me solve some of these things for myself. And it's changed every aspect of my life, from my marriage to my friendships to my family relationships. And I got to pay it forward.
Wow. It's amazing. Thank you for sharing that, Jason. It would be okay if I shared a little bit about myself for 30 seconds?
Please.
Yeah.
Please.
So I'd love to take more time. I know we have a short window today, but thank you, for meeting with me. My name is Rich. I've been doing this for 42 years. And what that 42 years in serving thousands of people has taught me is that the only way is the way that you're describing. It's to holistically work with a human being on their physical care, their mental and emotional well-being, and then protecting their legal rights, like we're going to do for you. But we approach things incredibly holistically, just like your work. So I can't believe that you're coming in here today. We look at the entire person, and the doctors and physicians that we work with, that we have relationships with, operate the same way. There's a lot of folks that you work with that are going to tell you, to go to their doctors, and they're going to treat you and maybe even overtreat you. We want to treat you as a whole person. So when we come out the other side, that things are on track in your life. And it sounds like, brother, your life is way on track. So what would be really exciting for us would be to have that opportunity to work with you so we can prove to you that's who we are. And we love that our relationship only begins with a super unfortunate situation. And we want to serve you and every person in your family forever that way. So, but first, let us prove that. So how would that sound if, I'm not sure if you're ready yet. If you're not, I totally understand. We're only 3 minutes today. But if you'd like to have another 30-minute, hour conversation, I'd be honored to.
That sounds great. And it sounds like you're talking about exactly helping me in the way that I want to be helped, and you hear me. And yes, let's have that next conversation and figure out the next steps.
Awesome. Well, thank you. So Rich, that is exactly who you are, is it not? Or did I misunderstand you?
Hit it right on the money.
Yeah. Can I ask you this? And I have the privilege of talking to a lot of people, and Jay and Jason have been here, Adam. I never say like the same thing to people, right? It's like, this is unique. How did you get here? For real? Like, what prompted you to become, like, were you like this 42 years ago? Like, people didn't talk this way. Like, how did you get here to be somebody so holistically approaching people and doing such a wonderful job with your son? Seriously, like, what made you this way?
Well, I tell you, my roots are rock solid. I probably had one of the best dads ever. Grew up in a very loving home. I can only remember my dad chasing my mom around the kitchen table with laughter and joy. And I look back on my childhood growing up in Union City, being born in Jersey City, Hudson County.
That's what it is.
Humanity, earthiness, and a strong, compelling feeling to help your fellow man and everyone, both on the left side, on the right side, center and back, pulling everyone together and moving ahead for one common cause. And when to become a lawyer, one day I was 12 years old. My dad said to me, "What do you want to be when you grow up?" I said, I don't know. John Glenn just went into space. Alan Shepard did a suborbital flight. Jacques Cousteau in the ocean. I love going to the beach. He says, "Well, what do you like to do?" And I said, "Reading, writing, and speaking." He says, "You got to be a lawyer." And then I was destined from 12 years old. Everything was geared to get in the law school, acquiring a legal education, and using it as an instrument of human and social change for the people that you serve.
You're bringing, my heart is full. Where'd you grow up in Jersey City, by the way?
I was born in Margaret Haig Hospital, like most people back in the 50s, when they came through and came into the world.
Yeah.
And then for a very short period of time, we're in the Jersey City Heights area, off of Central Avenue, off of Bowers Street, and then moving up to 208 44th Street in Union City. and then moving to the suburbs at 2305 New York Avenue in Union City.
Unbelievable, dude. So I don't want to occupy too much space with this. Just quick check-in. Margaret Haig Hospital, Heights, moved to Union City, right? Went to Holy Rosary Academy for my kindergarten, and then migrated out to Bergen County. So it's a pleasure. And I got a ton of family from Jersey City and Hudson County. And so it really was inspirational. So I think a lot of folks in the legal profession are really struggling and a lot of pain. And they see the lights and the heart-centeredness that you bring is inspirational. So thank you for that today.
Thank you. And thank you for allowing us this opportunity, and just, having Chris a part of it as well. Just been amazing. And we look forward to many more sessions of this type.
Well, my son is 20, my daughter was 18, 16, and my son's a good boy. And I hope he stays on the track like your son. And it's awesome. So thank you.
Hey, can I just say something, Sean, as well? Just real quick. So, A, you guys are still neighbors. You're a town away from each other. You don't know that.
Where does Rich live?
Woodcliff Lake.
Yeah.
Oh my God. I'm in Rivervale. I'm off Beach Island right now, but I'm Rivervale. It's unbelievable.
And also, I just want to say that I can't agree more. This is why I work so much with Rich and Chris, the most empathetic, heart-centered attorneys. No offense, any other attorneys, but right now they just have that, and it's wonderful to see. And they connect with everybody, Sean. Everybody.
My God. And Rich and Chris, by the way, do you know the Sullivans from Montvale that went to Pascack Hills? Paul Sullivan. I don't know if you know those guys. He just graduated 2 years ago, a Division I baseball scholarship. Do you know those guys or not really?
Yeah, absolutely. No, the Sullivans.
So Paul, I coached after his dad passed away. He came onto the club baseball team that I ran. So I coached. You could ask Doreen, his mom. I coached Paul all through high school in club baseball, and they were down staying in one of our houses in Long Beach Island about a month ago. So love to solve.
Cool.
Yeah, so very cool. Well, pleasure. So I'm sorry for occupying a little bit of space, but that's what we do here, connecting special moments like that, remarkable tandem. And Jay, back to you, brother.
All right, Jason Sipple, it's your turn, my friend. Your turn to be another personal injury attorney.
Or coconut salesman, pineapple salesman. Juan Carlos Diaz, you ready? Well, where should I go with? That's it. There he is.
Sorry, guys. I'm just running around over here. Yeah, let's do it. Let's start. What are we doing again?
What kind of yes do you want? Who do you want me to be?
Let's see. Well, one of my passions is recruiting and hiring people. So why don't you be somebody coming in for a job interview? And one of the things that we go up against is we're commission only. So everybody wants that base salary, whatnot. So that's always a hard one to try to beat. But
yeah, awesome. So that sounds great. So this is a recruit. It's a commission only position. And yeah, is it Juan or Juan Carlos? What?
Juan or Juan Carlos, whatever.
Yeah, Juan Carlos. So awesome. So take us in, brother. Thank you.
Hey, so Jason, thanks again for coming in. Let me ask you, how did you hear about us?
Well, I've been looking for a little while right now, and then a friend of mine used to work with you, and so they said I should come and check you guys out, kind of see what you guys have going on.
Well, that's exciting. That's exciting. We definitely have had some tremendous growth, and that's the reason why we want to bring you in. Let me ask you, what is it? Why sales? Why? What attracts you to a sales position?
I think sales is a great form of service, but more than that, I think sales and what you can create with sales directly reflects how hard you're willing to go after something uncomfortable.
Exciting. It doesn't scare you to, because we don't have a base salary here, but it's performance based, and we're looking for driven individuals that want to have that entrepreneur mentality where instead of making 50,000, 70,000, we're probably making north of 250,000, and you're not limited. So is that something you would be interested in for the next phase?
Actually, I mean, yes, because as long as the commission structure lines up to where where it has me meeting those financial goals I have for my family, and then for contribution as well, then yes, that's something I would definitely be willing to explore.
Well, that's awesome. And we're looking forward to meeting with you next week. Let's bring in for a final interview, and looking forward to it. And any questions you might have for me?
Well, I mean, I'd like to know a little bit more about the team. We talked about commission a little bit, but and if you have any questions for me, I'd be happy to answer them as well. But is anything else you can tell me about your team and why you guys?
Yeah, I mean, so one of the things that we really cherish in this office here is, we have tremendous energy and the flow. And that's one thing that, I want my staff to feel happy, to want to come to work, and not have that mentality of Monday morning, oh, I got to go to work or whatnot. We get excited to come to work. And that's the kind of staff we want to have here that is, they're just going to do whatever it takes to meet their financial goals. At the end of the day, it's all about you. And, it's making sure that your family's taken care of. And I know you're Patricia and your kids, and they're beautiful, and looking forward to seeing what the opportunity could do for you.
Thank you. I appreciate that, Juan Carlos. I like what I'm hearing. I definitely want to talk more about this.
That's awesome, man. Well, have a great afternoon, and we'll see you. Have my assistant give you a call, and we'll get you squared away.
Okay.
All right, Juan Carlos, excellent job. How'd that feel for you?
Good. It's one of the things I kind of do all the time, and I love recruiting and bringing people up and seeing that transformation from somebody that is now making six figures. And it's exciting when they were doing Lyft or Uber or something like that, and now they're making great money.
Yeah,
So.
your congruence and like authenticity is like super present. So great job. Levine, what do you have for Juan Carlos?
Yeah, I mean, I was just going to say certainty was through the roof. What I would say is, Sean, when you just asked him that question, a different energy came out.
Yes. Give me knuckle high five, Jay Levine, level 5 listening turned on by you, brother. You're a rock star.
A different tonality came out. It was a fun energy. And I would say bring more of the fun energy, because, and I say this with love, I felt when your certainty and tonality, if it changed like that a little bit, it would have felt more like you wanted to bring out something in Jason, rather than hey, I just want to see if you're right for my team. Like, it was, I don't know, just a different energy, a different feeling.
Yeah, Jay, can I give you see what you think of this? And
yeah, put language to it, please.
Right? Yeah, no, perfect. You did it, dude. You're amazing, Jay. So right on. And I think it felt like Juan Carlos was tied up with stuff, and he was like dealing with stuff at work and like confronting. And thank you for even being here and like unmuting. So I think he was in the middle of stuff. So he was like not transitioned energetically into this like energy. And then he did afterwards, like when you just said it. So for all of us, that's a huge indicator. It's like a self-mastery, like state shift, like in encountering people, because we as people, especially men, right, see the work of Allison Armstrong, need transition time. We need more time to transition. And if we don't have the time, we physiologically got to do something to get back in our body out of what we're just in. So does that make sense, Jay?
Yes, and that's completely it. I'm gonna agree with you on that totally.
Yeah, awesome, brother. All right, Adam, what'd you have for
8.1, by the way, 8.1.
I'm sorry, Jay. Great. And Jay, you are, dude, your mastery is like it's rock amazing. Like the listening, the feedback, you're doing such a great job, Jay.
Thank you.
Adam.
Yeah, Juan, I mean, so yes, authentic, genuine, but there was a complete transition when he told us. I connected heart to heart with him 10 times more when we connected to his why. He is in it for the people that come in. When he told a brief story of how changing people's lives, it resonated with me. It is, Sean, you know my story. Going from 0 to 500, my first 8 employees, that was it. That was what propelled me to the next level. So, and I didn't see that until after the role play. I would have, and still sequencing, I would have liked more questions to connect first to understand what the person's goals were. Then I would have connected right into the culture and to my why, to how I'm here to impact and service you. But so if I'm scoring just the beginning within the role play, I'm giving him a 7.0. But if I take just those last few seconds after the role play, I'm giving him a 9.5.
Yeah. Juan Carlos, excellent work, sir.
Thank you.
Yeah, awesome. All right, Jay, back to you.
All right. So next up, we have the other half of the Maz law firm, Chris Mazaway, who I talk to a lot. So this role play, maybe you should talk to Sips. No, all right. Go ahead. I'm ready. Who do you want me to be there?
You're going to be purchasing a home, Jay.
Oh, I can do that.
And I'll be introducing myself as being the transactional attorney for you.
Perfect. All right.
All right, let's do it. Hi, Jay. How are you? My name is Chris Mazaway. I work at the law offices of Richard S. Mazaway. Do you have a moment to speak?
Yes. Thank you so much for returning my phone call. How are you?
Perfect. I'm great. How are you?
I'm doing good. I'm nervous. I'm excited. I'm ready to go. I'm all over the place.
Excellent. Well, Jay told me that you guys got your offer accepted. Congratulations on that. Let me just start by saying that. And I just want you to know that Jay and I are the best kept secret on the market. We're the best assembled team, better than the Avengers. And I can tell you that our goal is to make the process as smooth as possible, efficient, lean, mean, and get to the closing finish line on closing date to make sure everything is seamless and done effectively.
Yeah. I've been talking, we were looking for a while. It's a really tough market for a buyer. We got beat out on a whole bunch. Thankfully this one worked out really well for us. And I want it to continue to work well. So getting to the closing table is definitely important. There's definitely a lot of questions we have. There's some uncertainty, but it sounds like you really know what you're doing.
Yeah, so let me get to that. Do you have any questions for me before we start to go through the process? And, I could go through that right now if you want, or if you have an initial question, I'm here to answer it. So,
just what's the first step?
Sure. So as of right now, you've signed a fully executed contract for sale. The next step is attorney review. Attorney review can last about between a day to 3 days, depending on how fast the attorneys can communicate. And in that process, we submit a rider to the contract for sale, which is an additional contract document that delineates and adds further terms than the standard Realtors Association contract, with more protections, even keeled for both sides, and gives everybody an ability at an arm's length in the transaction to work together. And I'll then work with the attorney on the other side to finish up and finalize those terms. And then I'll present it with you and we'll go through it together and we'll make sure that it meets all the needs and concerns that you have. And at that point, we'll then execute that agreement and we'll be under contract once it's fully executed.
Okay. That makes sense. I mean, I'm somewhat familiar with the process because we have made offers before. So I'm just like nervous about it getting through. The way you're speaking to me though, I feel like you must do a lot, and Jay recommended you, so that means a lot to me as well.
Yes. So, and then after the attorney review process, just to move ourselves forward in the transaction, we would do the inspection contingency, where Jay could refer you a great guy named Joe who does home inspections, and he'll go out to the home, and he's fully equipped to go through every nook and cranny to make sure that the home, if it's an as-is purchase and it's an older home, is perfect to everything and standard to code, and no open permits, no nothing. And at that point, you and I will review the inspection report and we'll come up with the credits or repair request of what we would want off the contract price. And at that point, we would then send it over to the attorney for the seller, and we would work out a negotiation of what's fair for everybody, so we could ensure that either the repairs get done or we get you a credit that is sufficient to meet the needs to reduce the purchase price.
Wow. So what I feel right now is I have a team of people behind me
10
ready to
seconds
rock
to
and
go.
roll.
Okay.
So let's go. I want to get this done. I love what you're saying to me.
Perfect. Well, it's been a pleasure initially speaking with you. We're going to speak a lot more. And I want you to be assured that any questions that you come up with along the ride together with me, that I'm here for you. I will answer any questions. There's never a dumb question. And I want you to feel comfortable to come to me with anything that you need.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Chris. Appreciate it.
All right, Jay. Congratulations again on accepting the contract, and we'll move forward and you'll hear from me soon.
Thank you so much.
All right, Chris, how'd that feel for you?
Great. I was in my wheelhouse. Yeah. Doing what I do every day. So it felt, very natural. I felt like I was just spewing knowledge and being myself.
All right. Excellent. Let's start with Jason. What'd you have?
Great job, Chris. Yeah, you definitely were in your wheelhouse. You felt super certain, super comfortable. I love the fun energy that you dropped in with, right? The Avengers instantly opened up my listening. I was like, wow, this guy's cool. And then when you're talking to Jay, I felt like the whole time at the beginning, you asked him if he had time, right? So you checked in at different points to make sure that he was getting it. You seemed like you were in complete service of Jay. Like he said, it felt like you did have the whole team behind him. You're looking out for his best interests. I thought it was outstanding. My only feedback would be when you outlined step one, and this is being really nitpicky, but when you outlined step one, it was really long, and I got really lost, and I was like really deeply listening. So I would say simplifying that to make it more user friendly in terms of someone that has no idea what you're talking about. But other than that, I'd give you like a 9.3. I thought it was really good.
Excellent. And Adam? Great job, Jason.
Hey, like incredible father, like son, right off the bat. I believe that the energy was off the charts across the board. I would just go back to the sequencing, open up that listening as much as thorough as he was. It was a presentation before the true connection, and then putting something at stake. Because if you had that connection, put something at stake, and then presented everything that he presented, it's a winner time. Overall, I would say a 9.0.
Excellent. So Chris, great job. Can you want to play a little game for a minute that might create some access? And I mean it sincerely, because I'm gonna step into something in support of, but I want to know if you want to do that. If
Yeah,
you don't,
sure. Let's go.
So what score would you give yourself?
I would say a 9.0, 8.990.
Okay, I give you a 9.5. You're outstanding. You have such raw influencing ability and energetic transference. It's a very special and unique talent that you developed, which is also partially a gift and a talent you developed. So like super present to it. So that's why I'm going to lean in like this. Okay. The two distinctions that I would give, you have so much certainty. And in the end of your presentation, your heart came out. If you need anything, I'm here. It was beautiful. It was incredible. You dropped into your heart. You were in your heart. I felt your heart. I felt your integrity. I felt your authenticity, right? And in the first segments, I think you were a little bit more in your head, right? And there's such a huge difference between being in your heart versus your head. And that drop in sits in this space. Right off the bat, from your heart, always authentically, acknowledge the other person from your heart, right? And it puts you in your heart as opposed to your head. And by the way, this doesn't matter a whole bunch, because in 99% of situations, you're going to get to the yes anyway. But for the like true resonance of people seeing their future in you, like their future in you, the way that Jay sees his future in you, right? You also have a dynamic that of your age. And I was there, brother, because I was running a firm and doing things, at 27, and there's an ageism dynamic. So when you drop into your heart first and you're there and you're asking more questions, you're listening and then sequencing, then you bring that person out. It's like, wow, dude, I felt listened to. Oprah Winfrey says she held the microphone for 30,000 people because she said to them, I see you, I hear you, and what you say matters. So starting there, right, that ending at the beginning, a little bit of questioning, acknowledging, and then dropping in with your certainty and all that energy, dude, that takes you from that 9.5 to 9.9. So that was from my heart to yours, because, dude, you can do anything and you're incredible. Great job.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Yeah. All right, Jay, back to you.
Yeah, just real quick, I completely agree with you on that. Great job, guys. Awesome. So we have two left, I believe, Jonathan and Juan, the other Juan Carlos, the other Juan, as he said earlier. But Jason, up on you, man.
Okay, Jonathan, you're up. You ready, brother?
I am now that I turned the mute off. We're good to go. So I am going to pretend that you're a financial advisor. If that's okay with you, Jason. So you have typical retail clients, somebody that you would know off the street that would come in and invest with you, and you would make investment decisions to satisfy their risk tolerance and their investment objectives. So if you could, to give you a little backstory there. That sound good?
I appreciate that. So
okay.
Yes.
Awesome.
Awesome.
Take us in.
Perfect. So is this gonna be a phone call or just like, face-to-face meeting? That's the last question.
Up to you, whatever.
Okay, perfect. Then we'll just pretend it's a phone call and then we can see. Hi, Jason. This is Jonathan Kreit. How are you today?
I'm doing well, Jonathan. I'm doing well. How about yourself?
I'm well. Thank you so much for asking. And before we get into this, do you have 2 minutes and 45 seconds that I could take of your time, just to hear a little bit about what you're doing, and then share a little bit about what I'm spending some time on?
Yeah, no, that's I have like 3 minutes. That's tops. That's perfect.
Perfect. Well, I can commit to that. I'll start a timer on my phone here, and I can assure you that we will be wrapped up here in the next 2 minutes and 30 seconds if that works for you. So, with that said, I want to know a little bit about what you're doing for your clients. I know 2020 has been a little bit of a challenging year for everyone, but specifically clients in the investment industry. First and second quarter there, March and April specifically were really tough years in the public markets, and tough months in the public markets there. So I was kind of wondering, what are you doing to mitigate that risk for your clients, and what are you doing to kind of ease their tension?
Well, one, I mean, it's kind of it's a universal thing, right? So making sure that they know that everyone's kind of in the same boat that is in investments, and not to panic and not to pull everything out, but also making sure that they're staying diversified, and we're looking at the new technologies that are coming out, and then other ways to make sure that their investments will still be there long term for them.
Awesome. That sounds really, really solid. It sounds like you're doing a lot of great work for your clients, and that really resonates with me. I have another question though. If there was somebody that I could bring to you, what does the ideal type of client look like for you? How could I help serve you in a capacity that would potentially increase your bottom line and increase your fulfillment in what you're doing?
Great question. Give me some ideas on what that might look like.
Sure. Do you typically work with business owners, or are you working with somebody that's just starting out, maybe college age? Do you have kind of a niche, or where do you prefer to serve people, if I could ask that?
More professionals, entrepreneurs with their own businesses, people who are really already established, and just trying to look for that exit strategy at the end, trying to make sure that they have themselves set up for when they're ready to retire.
Perfect. Well, that sounds like we could be a potentially great fit. I have the opportunity to represent a fund where we are representing private equity. So when you're saying business owners and people that are looking to make an exit from their typical vocation into retirement, that's kind of exactly where we fit as far as the investment side of things. So this story that I'm actually would love to set up with you, and I know we only have 3 minutes, so what I would love ultimately is to set up some time. Maybe I could grab lunch with you. I'd be happy to treat you to a lunch or a quick conference call, whatever was respecting your time the best. Would love to set up some time to go over the strategy that could be a potentially great fit for some of your business owners, kind of put their minds at ease a little bit from the market's volatilities perspective. And then secondly, that'll really resonate with business owners that are trying to transition towards retirement. So, I know we're about 15 seconds under my 3-minute goal here, and was wondering, would there be an opportunity for you and I to either connect for a lunch or a quick phone call maybe in the next week or two?
Definitely, Jonathan. I thank you for respecting the time. I appreciate that. Not a lot of people do that. They keep going. So I felt like the connection with you and a little bit what I heard, I definitely am curious and would like to hear a little bit more.
Perfect. Well, I'll send you an email if that's okay, and we'll get that nailed down. But I so appreciate you taking the time, and I look forward to connecting in the future.
Thank you.
Jonathan, great job. How'd that feel for you?
Good. Pretty natural. Jason's a guy that drew me in, so it's really easy to connect with him. And then it's a conversation that I'm pretty comfortable having, luckily. So
you got some serious skills and heart-centeredness and depth of listening all present. So Jay, what do you have for Jonathan?
Yeah, I would have to say, Jonathan, it probably wasn't, and Jason, no discredit to you, but it probably wasn't Jason who allowed you to build so much rapport. I think it's you who is good at building rapport with people. Your energy is super calming. Your your integrity with time checking. Excuse me. You did it throughout the phone call, which was good. You pre-framed the conversation. At the end, your energy, you met him where he was at, and then you rose your energy to get him excited and show him what the future is with you. I would say you felt rushed to the end, and I would think that, I know it's a 3-minute drill. If you had shorter questions, you would have had more time for your what you were saying at the end. And if I had to give it a score, I would say an 8.9.
Nice, Jay. And Adam, what you got for Jonathan?
Yeah. Authentic, heart-centered. I mean, your energy was there. You could just tell that you cared, without question. Similarly, I would have liked shorter questions just to open up Jason a little bit more. Overall, I thought you did a great job. And like you said, the integrity around just checking in showed your caring overall. So I would say a 8.5.
Excellent. All right, Jay, last but certainly not least.
I believe he might have dropped here. I don't see Juan Carlos, the other Juan, on here. So that would round up. That would round us up.
All right. So listen, everybody, incredible job. Thank you. A pleasure. And Jason and Jay, brothers, this is what it looks like. Fantastic job. Any final from you, Jay and Jason?
Me first. All right.
Go ahead, Jason.
Jay actually passed the mic to me first. Thank you, Jay. I thank you everyone for being here. I hope this added a lot of value to your day. You've all added a lot of value to my life. And so I just want to give you the opportunity to connect, to see what I'm learning, because I know that you guys are all hungry. And this is something that offers you an access point to more everything you're looking for in your life. So thank you for being here. And thank you for all the other awesome contestants that Jay brought and Sean. So thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Jay.
Yeah, I second that. Jason actually helped me have a distinction right before this phone call. Sean, it was something you said a while ago. You know, I volunteer my time a lot, contributing to Little League and to the town and to the schools. And what I've realized is this format, this forum is so powerful to bring people together in this format and this vulnerability to share with each other, to show what our unique heroic identities. We're all going to be able to help each other grow, have more money, more time, more magic. And even the organizations that we're all affiliated with, we're going to find so many connections within that are going to help our organizations as well, that we don't have to spend hours and hours on a board to be able to contribute to our what we really want to contribute in life and go towards our legacy. So thank you, everyone. Amazing job. I'm super happy to meet all of you. So thank you.
Thank you. Final. Leaders leading leaders and coming together with leaders. That's what Unblinded is all about, to create acceleration in money, time, and magic. If this is the end, God bless, and hope everybody has an amazing life. Hopefully it's the beginning. Have a beautiful day. Thanks.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You.